this. I gotta make sure that everybody can hear me. Everybody can hear me. Okay. So what are we doing? We are working on the abacus. I need to, what am I doing? Oh, there we go. Okay. So what are we going to do? We are going to work on the abacus. And if you notice, we are counting. We're counting. Hello, welcome. We're going to be counting on the abacus. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. What? Okay, so these are the beads touching the horizontal bar. This is an abacus. This abacus is a counting tool, and this counting tool helps us track our numbers and math. Oh my gosh, thank you so much for the likes. Wow, that was really quick. Let me know if you guys have any questions. Let me know if you have any questions. What we're going to do is we're going to read the abacus. After we read the abacus, we're going to go into adding and subtraction. But the first thing we need to do is understand how to read the abacus. So the first thing is we have our beads. This is our horizontal bar. This horizontal bar is what tracks our beads. All the lower beads, anything below the horizontal bar, has a value of 1. So when we count, hello, Punk Star, I see you. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. This is 4. How do I know? Because it's tracking. The horizontal bar is tracking these numbers. If you notice in these columns, these are all zeros. Let me know if you have any questions. Wow, that was really quick. We have 120 likes. Okay, so hello, Rosa. So when we do 4, we have 4. This is 5. After 5, this always has a value of 5. The top bead always has a value of 5. We have 5, 5, 5, 5, all of these. If I do this, this is all considered 5. However, what's going to happen is if I move it all up, now we're at 0 again. Because we're at 0, we can count 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. Notice this is the top bead, and the top bead will always be 5 no matter what. But then we're going to call into 6. So how do we know what 6 is? 5, 6. The top bead and the one bottom bead. This is 6. Because this is 6, this is 7. 5 plus 2 is 7. 5 and 3, this is 3. 5 and 3 is 8. And then this is 9. We have now 9. On the columns, we have columns. The columns are just like place values. So we have our ones, our tens, our hundreds, our thousands, our 10,000. When we look, this is 9. This is also 9, but it's a different column. Now, when we look at it, each column will have a value of 9, no matter what. 9, 9, 9, 9, 9. We have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. If anybody has any questions, let me know. Anybody have any abacus questions? Please let me know. I have to specify abacus questions. Hello, Nat. Okay, so just as we have here, thank you so much for the likes. Here is my chart, and I'm trying to get it so you guys can see my chart. Come on. Here's my chart. There we go. Oh, now it's really dark. Okay, here's my chart. Thank you for joining. Okay, we have our columns. In our columns, we have our ones, our tens, our hundreds, our thousands, and our 10,000. However, if you notice, all of these beads at the top bead is now touching the horizontal bar. That means that these are all counted. So if I remove them, if I remove them from the horizontal bar, now this is all 0. We still count ones, tens, hundred, thousands, 10,000. When we count, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and then this is 5. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then 10. After 10, we have 11, 12, 13, 14, and then 15. After 15, we have 16, 17, 18, 19. How do I know this is 19? Because I have 1 bead on top and 4 beads on the bottom. Together, they make 9. Hello, Mr. Clean. Welcome back. I'm so happy you commented. I only see people joining, but nobody comments. And I'm like, I don't know who's doing what. Thank you so much for liking my live. Welcome back. Welcome back. Are we ready for some more abacus? Afternoon abacus, I believe it is. So this is 19, and then this is 29. How do I know? Because I have the 20. I have the 2 bottom beads on my horizontal bar, and then I have the 9. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 in the ones column. Let me know if you have any questions, Mr. Clean, because you're the only one that's commenting. Nobody else is commenting. I see Punk Star, but Punk Star hasn't mentioned anything. Are we all making sense? Does this all make sense? Let me know if you have any questions. Like, why am I choosing this one? If you notice, oh, she left, or he left, the Punk Star left. I'm so sorry. So what happens is right here, if you notice, I have an indicator. The indicator, I was curious about the addition process with double digits. You know? Okay, fantastic. You know what? We'll do that right now since nobody else has commented. If anybody else is commenting, you know, I was looking at it and I was trying to figure out. So I had another person that was having a problem with the double digits when we had to do two-step equation. All right, so let's do it. Let's do it. Okay, let's do it since we're the only ones here. Okay. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to get a number. Do you have a number, or do you want me to think of something? Let me get it all ready. Okay, so let's see. Oh, you know what? We'll do this one. We'll do the one I was working on. The one I was working on was 73. I had it. Hold on. Sorry. Just some practice. Okay, yeah. You know what? Okay. Okay. Sorry, I'm just kind of regrouping. Let me, thank you so much for the follow. Okay. So the first thing, okay, so we're talking about the double digits practicing, which is fine. Now, if you notice, we will do this one. Is it this one? No, we'll do this one. Okay. So the first thing we'll do, okay, this is, you know, not too, so we do 12 plus 7. Now this is easy. Why? Because it's just using it's just using it's just using simple. So that means we're going to do 1, 2. So that's what we did. We did 2. If you notice, that's what I have. 1, 2. And then the question is to add 17. Add the 1. So when we look at it, we go from left to right. We add 1, and then we add 7. The question now is, do I have enough beats to add 7? Yes, there is. So all I got to do is add 7. 5, 6, 7. And there we go. We have 7. We can do another one. Let's see if we can do another one. There is this one. Okay, so let's do this one. So the answer is, do you know what the answer is? Yes, summer flip, Abacus time. Welcome back. We're doing double digit addition. We're doing double digit addition, and we'll go to double digit subtraction. It's 19. No, it's not, Mr. Clean. Yeah, 29. There we go. 29. Heck yeah. Okay, great. So the next question, let's do another one. We'll do 18 plus 51. Okay, again, the question is what? The question is do I have enough beats? I add my 1, and then I add 8. This is my 18. Now the next question is 51. Do I have enough beats to add 51? Yes, I do, because I add my 5, and I add my 1. And my answer is, what is my answer? Woo! We have 9 people in the room. Hi, Asher. I don't know who else is here. Oh, Dustin, 60, 69. Yes, we got it. Yes, Kaylee, welcome back, Kaylee. Okay, we got 69. So right now, this is what we considered simple abacus, right? Simple addition. Why? Because the question is, do we have enough? So let's go one more. Are we ready for the next level? Or do we want to continue with the simple? Let's do the next level. Yeah? Okay, we'll do one more simple. We'll do a few more simples. Okay, it sounds like we're ready for that. Okay, you know what? Let's do, okay. So the next level is this one. Let's do 25 plus 43. Now, why is this the next level? Because now we're talking about formulas. So if I add 25, I add 20 and I add 5, right? Now my next level is what? 43. My question is do I have enough to add 43? No. Hello, Emmy. What do we do? We have to figure it out. We got to do plus the 4 is equal to plus the 5 minus the 1. Okay, Here was my thing. We need to substitute this, right? So to do it, let's rewrite it. I have my 3, and now what I need to do is I'm going to substitute this. I'm going to substitute, I don't know if this is going to help. We got to plus the 5 minus the 1. Does that help? So we got to plus the 5 and take away the 1, because we're doing the one column. We're doing the one column. And then we add the 3. Then we add the 3. So what did I just do? I made my formula vertical. So this is what we're doing as a whole on the column. So my answer is just another, yes, it is, it's just another 4. Yes. 4 is just another step. Exactly. So what we're doing is we're understanding that this formula we need to start manipulating, right? To start substituting our information. So this is one of the things we have to memorize. We need to memorize that 4 is equal to plus the 5 minus 1. The other one is minus 4 is equal to minus 5 plus 1. So if we add it, we have to subtract. We need to know this. We need to memorize this. But having it this way or having it this way, I did it this way to visualize what I'm trying to do. That's the only reason. Do I do it in the abacus world? No. What I do is I see it and I do, right? I have 2, then I want to add the 4 plus the 5 minus the 1, and then plus 3. I add the 3. Exactly. Okay, so let's do another one. Let's do another one. Let's do 46 plus 33. So now we have 46. I'm going to add 46. 46. When we do it, let's see if I can find my, I have to find my little cards. I had all these like little cards, randoms. Where am I? What am I doing? I'm looking for my cards. Okay, because I wanted to. Here, there we go. There we go. All right. So when we look at it, right, we're doing this. 3 plus 4. That's the same, right? 3 plus 4. But what we're going to do is we're going to add the 3. To add the 3, what are we going to do? Let's take it one step. So if I did 4, we have to plus the 3. Plus the 3 is equal to plus the 5 minus 2. Minus 2. Let's replace it. So if I rewrite it, I have 4, right? That's 46. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to rewrite it. I plus the 5 plus 5 minus 2. If you notice, I stayed within the column. I stayed within the column. This is what I'm going to do. Whoa, that's not, does that make sense? So if you look at it, no, that's not going to work. Hi, Elena. Hello, Go Defines. Does that, yeah, right? So I think making it vertical helps. Vertical helps. So we want to plus the 5 and we take away the 2. Hello, Melinda. Welcome back. Good afternoon. So then we want to plus the 3. When we plus the 3, because we're adding the 3, the question is plus 3. All we got to do is plus the 3. Do we have enough? Yeah, we have enough. And then that's it. So our answer is, what's our answer? Hello, hello. What's our answer? Go to finds. Do you have any question? Elena, do you guys have any questions? 79. Yeah, 79. I was thinking, yeah, so I think that would be one way to, thank you, Melinda. I was thinking one way to explain when we start doing the formulas, how to replace it. So I think I need to do is make it into one column, but also have a blinder to say, well, I'm doing this. Yeah, I think that was new. Seeing you write it vertically really helps. Yeah, I think so too. I think so too. Because you know, funny, we did it. I know it this way. I know it horizontal. So then I'm just going to put it in. But I think because we're visual learners and we're coming from mainstream math, it makes sense. So that's what we're doing. But I think I need to change the different colors. I think that helps with the different colors. So what I did is I have this color with this one, and that's what we did. And then our original question is 3. Yeah, I think so. I think so. Here to share my knitting. Oh yeah, hey, welcome. Thank you. Thank you for the share. Okay, so let's do another one. Let me find another one. Okay, here. Yeah, I gotta this time I gotta keep track of my colors now. Because before I just have like all these colors. All right. Oh, Cheryl. Oh, I see. Hi, Cheryl. All right. So we're going to do 28 plus 41. And I think I got to make it nice and big just so I can keep track. Right? Hey, Blue Candy, welcome back. Welcome back. So if we add 28, we add 2 and we add 8. Let me know, Cheryl, if you have any questions because I know I'm jumping right in. There's some people that are kind of they know it. So let me know if you have any questions. If you want to like, hey Amma, we are talking about adding double digits. So if I have 28, I have 2 and I have 8. I am going to come down and I'm going to add the 4. But notice I don't have enough beads to add the 4. I need to move this up. I've been here several times. Thank you. Oh, okay, great. Oh, great. I guess it's because there's no comments. I don't see. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to add 4. Let's see if, oh my God, my camera. Yeah, and I'm sure you guys all hear my complaining about my camera. All right, let's see. Come on, come on. Right, we're going to, but when we do it, we know we have to plus the 4 is equal to plus 5 minus 1. So what are we going to do? We're going to reword this. So if I did 28 and then I need to plus the 1, but that's not it, right? What we're going to do is we're going to here plus 5 minus 1. Maybe that's better. Yeah? So then I need to plus the 5 minus the 1. I'll do that again. 28. I want to plus the 5, take away the 1. And then here, I'm going to add the 1. So all I got to do is, do I have enough? Yeah. All I got to do is just add the 1. There we go. There we go. I think that is another way. I think I'm going to keep this for a little bit. So then what's my answer? Right? So my answer is, what's my answer? 60, 69. Yeah. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to continue circling this thing because we are circling this thing. And this is what, yeah, I think so. I think so. Yeah, because you know why? Because there was one question I had, and I know it gets convoluted. I know it gets convoluted. And so what I was trying to do is so there was a question. It was 73. We're going to do a minus. We're going to do minus 73 minus 29. That was the question. So what's going to happen is we have 73. So I'm going to put 73. You guys are like my little guinea pigs. That's what it is. I hope you guys don't be offended. All right. Okay. 73. So I'm going to take away 2. When I take away the 2 there, right? But now we're going to take away the 9. There's not enough to take away the 9. What do? I am going to minus the 9 is equal to minus the 10 plus the 1. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to circle this. I'm going to rewrite it. So I'm going to rewrite it. I've already done the minus 5. So I'm going to look at 53 minus 9. Right? So then after that, I'm going to rewrite it again. 53. I'm going to, here, minus the 10 plus the 1. So what are we going to do? We don't have enough beats. Why wouldn't you do 73 and then minus 30? You could. You'd have to remember. You could do it. But we're talking about Abacus. So there's a formula in Abacus. So the formula, okay, I gotta get another piece of paper. So you could, yeah, I mean, there's nothing stopping you. You could totally do that. But you just have to remember, that's not an Abacus formula. That's all. Okay, so let's go back. So 73, and then 29 minus. So when we're doing it, we need to remember our formula. Minus the 9 is equal to minus the 10 plus the 1. So that's a formula. So Court, we can add the 10, and then we add the 1. That's fine too. But then you're just doing thing. So then, yeah, and math degree. But never used Naviz. Oh, yeah. So, yeah, there's nothing wrong with what you just did. It's just, then it would just be that, right? So it'd be, but you would have to remember. So 73, and then add, okay, so then we take away the, yeah, so we take away that, and then we would have to add the 1. You could do it. It's just not Abacus. So, oh, sorry, we're back to here. 73, sorry, I have to focus. 73, so I took away the 5, right? So I take away, I'm sorry, 2. So our question is now 53. 53, what is going to happen? We are going to do a two-step equation. So this is a two-step equation. Because it's a two-step equation, you'll notice, I don't know if that made sense. What we're going to do is minus the 9. I got a minus 9. Minus the 9 is plus the 10, minus the 10 plus the 1. So that's the formula. Plus the 10 minus the 1. Now if I rewrite it, right, I do 53, I need to minus the 10 plus the 1. So what's going to happen? You will notice I don't have any beats to minus the 1. So if I can't minus the 1, what do I do? I have to find another color. Minus the 1 is equal to minus the 5 plus the 4. So if I rewrote it again, let me rewrite it. Oh, this is brilliant. Okay, 53. So I have to minus the 5 plus the 4. And then don't forget, that's a lot of colors. And then don't forget I have to plus the 1. So what did I just do? I had to solidify it. Okay, hold on, Court. It's a rainbow. Yeah. It is a rainbow. Wait. Yeah. That's a lot of. Yes. It's a lot because it's double. It's a lot of moving too. I'm doing a lot of moving. So this is a two-step equation. You should be doing minus the 1. I am doing minus the 1. I'm not doing minus 1 because it's minus the 9. See, minus the 9 is equal to minus the 10 plus the 1. Minus the 10 plus the 1. But I broke it out into horizontal. Right? I broke it out horizontal. So actually what we're doing is this is the 1, right? Then we do the 1 here. Yeah, so this is minus the 1 here. Minus the 1 is minus the 5 plus the 1. And then we plus the 1. And then we plus, and then we plus the 1. Okay, I'm still workshopping this thing out. But I think that would be one way to, I think this is one way to figure it out. Okay, sorry. Court. Okay, Court. Before I forget, let's count on the abacus to understand this whole, what we're doing is we just kind of jumped ahead. Okay, we're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4. These are all the beats of 4. The value of 4, everything that touches the the horizontal bar is counted. Because it's counted, this is now considered 4. All the top 8 has a value of 5. So we have 5, and then 6, 7, 8, 9, and then we have 10. So how do I know? We have our place values. Every column is our place value. I don't know if Court's still here. Hopefully Court's still here. So I have 11, 12, 13, 14. And then if I did this, this is 64. Hi, Matt. Welcome back, Matt. 64. Okay, I think what I just did. Oh, thank you, Blue Candy, for the heart and the heart me. Okay, so 64, and then 74, and then 84, and then 94. I don't know if Court's still here, but I think I figured this out. Hey, Maz. So, what did we just do? What I was trying to do is I was trying to combine this. This was too much. I got to make it one step down. What I need to do is I need to go one step at a time. I think that's what it is. So, I just got to find more work. I just have to find more notebooks that my kids all just kind of didn't finish. Okay. So, here's the question. It's we started off with 3 plus 3, 33 plus 1. That's what we started off with. So on the abacus, we add the 3, we add the other 3, right? So now what we do is we're going to add this 3. But this 3 is equal to plus the 5 minus the 1. What we're going to do is we're going to substitute this, right? So we have 33, and then what's going to happen is we're going to do this, minus the 5 plus the 1, like here. And then we go back to here. That's what we're doing. So what's going to happen? We're going to plus the 5, take away the 1. And then we plus the 1. That's what I'm doing. Oh, I'm playing around with my stupid camera. Did that make sense, Mr. Clean? So the whole thing was to add. Right? The whole thing was to add. My show is... Yeah! Beals. I think... So this is one way. Hey, Brian, this is one way, right? Because what we're doing is... I think the problem is what? The problem is I'm trying to cram all the information into one area, but I need to formulate it. So I think what I need to do is make sure that the colors are coinciding. Thank you, Alma, for the heart me. Does that make sense? So we're trying to add the 3. Oh, sorry, that was wrong. This is supposed to be 2. Minus 2. Oh, you know what I need to do? Minus 2. What I need to do is I need to put like little groups. Minus 2. Oh, I think I know what to do. So I'm going to do plus the 5, minus the 2. And I have that as a chunk. So, you know what? I think I got it. So I'm going to minus the 5 and then plus the 2. That's my 1. Okay, so then if I have to plus the 5 minus 2, and that's it. So that's what I got to do. Maybe I cut it. So, and then I'm going to make it into a little sticker. Maybe I'll do it a little sticker. So it goes like that. What? Where did you get the abacus from? I love all the colors. I sell this. I sell this on my website. But I got it from China. And they are, I got it from China. It's 7 columns though. So if you're going to use it, I would suggest getting a 13 column one. Maybe I circle it. Like that. And then start using it. So we would do that. So we would replace it, right? Oh, that's brilliant. Okay, so let's do another question. So if I did another question, there's all these like little things. Let's see, 44. So if we did 46 plus 35. Oh, that's going to be a double. Okay, but anyways, that's okay. So what's going to do? We're going to do 46, right? And we're going to do 35. Do we have enough beats to add the 35? No. What is our formula for 35? 30. So plus 3 is equal to plus 5 minus 2. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to plus the 5 and minus the 2. So I'm going to plus the 5 and then take away the 2. Okay, see you later, Melinda. And then I'm going to plus the 5. Can't plus the 5, so what do? I have to plus the 5 is equal to plus the 10 minus the 1. Minus the 5. So I'm going to plus the 10 and then minus the 5. So my answer is 81. Did that make sense? So I think if I did this, maybe. So, okay. I think so. Yeah, did that make sense? So the thing is we want to group it. So maybe I got to make it more like a little, what do you call it? Like a token, right? It makes a lot of sense. It's really cool how it works. Yeah, yeah. It's really cool. But the problem is trying to get past the formatting. I think that's what it is. It's the formatting. So I think if I did it this way, I would have to redo it. Not redo it, but I would have to incorporate how to do this. Yeah, okay. Okay, so let's do another one. We want to do another double digit? We could do this one. Okay, so we do 45 plus 39, 34, right? So the question is 45. So I'm going to add the 5. I cannot add the 5. What do? Right? What do? I have to plus the 5 is equal, plus the 3. Where is it? I have to plus the 3. So we know this. Plus the 3 is equal to plus the 5 minus the 2. Right, so we plus the 5 minus the 2. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this plus the 5 minus the 2 and we put it right here. So it's like a little token, right? So this is what we're going to do here. So what that means is when I do this, right, I'm going to plus the 5, take away the 2. And then, do I have enough to plus the 4? Yes. And then all I got to do is plus the 4. So I think the thing is we get overwhelmed with too many columns. I think that's what it is. We get overwhelmed with too many columns. So maybe we got to do that. Plus the 5 minus the 2. Maybe I do it this way instead. Right? Maybe I make another one that goes like this to remind us we want to add the 5 and take away the 2. Maybe. Yeah. Okay. So that's one way. So the answer is, my answer is 79. 79. Yeah. All right. Okay, so there's another one. So that's one. Here's another one. Okay. See, the thing is like numbers, they all make sense. They all work together, but it all depends on how it all works, right? So let's do 39 plus 41. So now what we're doing is we're doing a 5, right? So 39 plus 30 plus 9, and then we add the 4. How do we add the 4? Well, it's not this, is it? It's plus 4, trying to minus the 1. Okay, yeah, no, that's fine. So plus 5 minus 1. So that's what we got to do. We have to plus the 5 minus the 1, plus the 5, take away the 1. And then we have to plus 10. Yeah, thank you, Mr. Clean. So now we have to plus 1. Hello, Mercedes. Yes, hello. I'm back on a short break. Yeah. Oh, that was a really short break. I was thinking you'll be gone for like long time, like long. So we're going to plus the 1 here. Oh, we got to plus the 1. When we add the 1, there's not enough. So what do? We need to plus 1 is equal to plus the 10 minus 9. It is cars cool. Yes, it is cars are cool. Yes. Yes, I remember. Welcome back. Okay, so here this is where it kind of breaks the bank, right? So we already did this, right? We already did that. So we're here. How do we add the 1? I'm workshopping how to explain the two-step equation. So what's going to happen is we have the plus 10 minus the 9. So let me exchange this, right? This and this. This is where it kind of blows my mind. So here we do 39, and then we take this. What are we doing? We're going to do plus the 10 minus the 9. That's what we're doing. Oh, that's supposed to be a 7. Sorry, this is supposed to be 7. This is a 7. Because I've already done this, right? So then what do? We have to plus the 10. Is there enough to plus the 10? Yeah, there is, right? What did we just do here? We plus the 10. That means we're going over here. Plus the 10, and then minus the 9. And then minus the 9. So our answer is, let me move my stuff. So the answer is 80. Yeah, I think so. This is what really like, oh my God, that makes a lot of sense. This was like, wait a minute. Because I was trying to figure out, what I was trying to do is I was trying to figure out the how to explain it. So we had the plus 10, but what I did was I was like, okay, well, we know that plus 10 is really just this, a 1 and a 0. So the full answer changed to 80. Yes, because this is a two-step equation. Right here is a two-step equation. This 10 is what kind of throws people into a loop. And so what I did was I was trying to figure out how to explain how to plus the 10. And so I did it vertical. So if you notice, I added the 10. This is how I add the 10 if I wrote it out. So plus the 10 minus the 9. That's what 1 is. Did that make sense? Yeah. So what happened is I added the 10, I added my 1, and then I take away the 9. Hail Odyssey! Yeah. If you didn't have had enough beads, correct. So the question was 39, right? So I didn't have enough beads to add the 1. So I had to go to my tool belt to go to plus the 10 minus the 9. Because I plus the 10, how do I explain how to plus the 10? So I explained it by writing it out. So if I plus the 10, that's what I'm doing. I have a 0 and I have a 1. I'm doing a plus 10 here. Okay, let's do another one. I think I figured it out. I think what it is, it's so isolated. We got to do another one, right? So if we did, okay, let's do this one. 749. No, let's do, I'm sorry. 743. Okay, yeah. 743 plus what? Plus 3. 3 plus 4. We do 4. 4, that's 8. No, that would do 4, 4, 2. There's a lot of formulas here. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm enjoying I also enjoy tapping my screen to give you more likes. Thank you so much. I'm in 7th grade and you're helping me a lot. Thank you very much. Really? I'm happy. I'm happy this helps. I'm actually happy it really helps. The biggest thing is to understand how to use the abacus. But what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get it to relate, because some people gets a little bit hung up on the formulas. These are all the formulas, but it's how do we present it? So that's the question, right? So if I did 743, I'm doing 743. I'm going to add 4 here. Well, what do? Add the 4. I want to add the 4. Plus the 4 is equal to plus the 10 minus the 6. Plus the 10 minus the 6. You know, that's really interesting. I had my son, his friends came in and they're interested in learning the abacus too. Do you have a YouTube channel? Yeah, my link is in the bio. So what I want to do is I want to plus the 10. So what does that mean? So what I'm going to do, if I remove this, I need to, where's my paper? Okay, so what I need to do is I need to plus the 10 minus 6. So it'd be like this. Plus the 10 minus the 6. That's what it'd be. It'd be like that. Now, do you see how it goes to the next column over? I don't know. Be right back. I'm going to try and I'm going to come back. Okay. Thank you. Cars are cool. So what's going to happen is, what just happened? I'm going to plus the 10. So if I wrote it out, I plus the 10 and I take away the 6. Does that make sense? So what I do, I add the 1. I add the 1. I plus the 10 and I take away the 6 and I minus the 6. See, it doesn't matter what column you're in. It's always the matter of where the 10 goes. Does that make sense? Now I'm just kind of, I'm workshopping this. Yeah, does that make sense? So when we do 4, right? 4, we want to add another 4. We can't add another 4. So what do? We have to plus 5 minus 1. So now I have to plus the 5 minus the 1 because I don't have enough. So I'm going to plus the 5 and I take away the 1. Ha 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 ha! Welcome back. Welcome back. Cars are cool. So we did that. So now we're here. We're at the 2. We don't have enough beads to add the 2. What do? We want to add 2. So then I have to have another little piece of paper that says plus 5 minus 3. So now I'm just going to vertically do that. So I'm going to plus the 5 and then I need to take away the 3. I don't know if the vertical helps. This really kind of blew my mind, actually. Like, just the way it was formatted. So I guess I'll do it this way. Yeah? Okay, see you later. See you later. Go back to school. Study hard. So yeah. So then the answer is 1,185. Yeah. Yes. Yes, so the answer is 1,185. I think so. Yep. Yeah. Oh, so I should write it. 1,185. Yep. I've watched like 3 of these lives and my brain just doesn't comprehend this at all. Hey, Colby. Well, okay, let's start it over. So the question is where do we get stuck, right? Because this is a lot of formulas that I'm doing. So if I did it, it'd be 1. We're going to count, and we're going to understand how to count on the abacus, right? So we do 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. This is 6, 7, 8, 9, and then we have 10. So we know that this is 10, right, Colby? And then if I look at 10, do we know that this is 11? Are we okay with that? Do you know how to count on the abacus? That's the other question. See, I don't know where the breakdown is. It'd be good to understand where the breakdown is, just because then we can do it. I don't. Oh, okay. So this, what number do you think? Well, what number is this that I just mentioned? Is that all right? What number is this? right? How do you know where to start? Ah, this is where the dot. This is my indicator that tells me where my ones will be. So this dot indicator tells me where my ones is. So if you look at here, I have one here or one here. It doesn't matter. You just choose one. But I chose this one to be my ones. So this is my 1, 2, 3, 4, and then this is 5. So all the beads, all my columns is 5, just like that. So when we look at it, this will be 15. Because just as we write it, we have our ones, our tens, our hundreds, our thousands, and 10,000. So when we see it, we have 5. The top bead always has a value of 5. And I chose this indicator, just like Pokemon, I choose you. This is my indicator that I'm going to use as my ones place. This will be my home, right? We only have one home. We have 2 houses, but we have one home. Wherever you are is where your home is, right? So this is my home. My ones is 5, so this is 5. All the top bead has a value of 5. So this is 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then we have 10. Just like how we write 10. Just like how we write 10, we have 1 and a 0. So we have 1, 0. If we want to do 11, 11 would look like this. 1, 1. 1, 1. Does that make sense, Colby? So after 11 is 12. So 12 just looks like that. 1 and 2. So 1, 2. Make sense? This is blowing my mind. Okay, good. Hopefully it doesn't splatter against the wall. But see, the thing is we need to understand how to read the abacus. When you understand how to read the abacus, hello, thank you. Thank you, Beal, for the heart me. Okay, so does that make sense? Who created this? Aha. Well, this one is Japanese made. Specifically, I don't know who made it, but I do know that the Japanese made it more efficient. And so when we look at it, we can do 22. When we do 22, just 2 and 2, just how we write it. Then we do, let's do another one. We do 50, right? This is 52. So again, it mimics the way we write 52. And then we have 72. So now we can get to a point where we understand how to read the abacus. This one, what is that? This is my hundreds, right? What number do you think this is? This is my hundreds. This is my tens. This is my ones. How do they know to create this? It came from the Chinese abacus. So before I continue, what number do we know what this is? Do you know what number this is? Hey, Chastity. Thank you for the follow. Right, exactly. Thank you. So it's 9, 7, 2. Exactly. 9, 7, 2. Yes, thank you, Mr. Clean. All right, makes sense? So the Japanese one, the Japanese actually made it more efficient. There's a Chinese one. This is a Chinese abacus. The difference between the Chinese abacus and the Japanese abacus, this is the Japanese, this is the Chinese. The difference is the Chinese abacus is a little redundant. And so when we look at the Japanese abacus, they made it very efficient. So when on the Chinese abacus, we can count it. We do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But notice on the Japanese abacus, this is 5, right? We know this. But now the problem is there's an exchange that happens. And I feel like this is theory, but I feel like that what they do is they do an extra step to have an exchange. After they exchange, they can count 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This is 10. Again, there's an exchange. This is 5, 5, so this is 10. So I'm going to exchange this 5 to this 5. Now we have 10. But now if this is 10, I'm going to exchange it again to here. So we have our tens. Yay, I am smart. Yeah, you are smart. It just takes time to understand what we're trying to see, because if you kind of come in the middle of the conversation, then it doesn't make sense. But if you start from the beginning, it makes a lot of sense. But the reason why I don't like this, because it breaks my brain. Why? Because now we're no longer using our columns as our place value. This is just 10, or this is 10. And it's like, that doesn't make sense. But this makes sense. So that's why they do an exchange. This is the Chinese one. And so Chinese happened before the Japanese one. And so the Japanese made it more efficient. That's all. That is all. Hello, Andrew. Yeah, makes sense? So we're going to continue on. we're going to continue on. I think I don't know if I would do this. I don't know if I would do this for the kids. I would probably do it for the adults, but I don't think I'd do it for the kids. Because I think it would confuse the kids even more. So I think that would be the difference. So, okay, sorry. So, Colby, now what we're going to do is we're going to be adding. When we add, we're just going to do simple addition. What does that mean? That means to figure out if we have enough beads. So when we do 18, so the question is 18 plus 21, right? So I do 18, 1, and then 8. And then I'm going to add 21. I'm going to add the 2. Do I have enough beads to add the 2? Yes. So I add the 2. And then I want to add the 1. Here's when I add the 1. And I add the 1. So what's my answer? Thank you, Alma. I want an abacus and an abacus workbook. Yeah. I'm in the process of, oh, you know what? Let's do it. 39. Yes, exactly. So it's 39. So let's do some more bead recognition. You know what? Let's do some bead recognition. This is fantastic. Let me get it ready. So here is a bead recognition. I found your account yesterday and I bought an abacus and it will be coming. I found my account yesterday? Now I've bought an abacus and I will be coming tomorrow. Good. Good. That's funny. So let's do this. Let's do a maze. Here's my maze. This is part of the book. I don't know if you knew this, Alma. So I have it where this is my maze. The question is your maze. Yeah, we're gonna do it. We're on we're on maze F. But I do have others. I'll show you what I have. So the idea is we start with 15, so I follow the path. This is 15. What number is this? What number is this? 24. Yes, thank you. So then, good, Colby. Thank you, Alma. Yes. So here's my next number to recognize, right? To understand. What number is this? 82. Beals? No. 5, 6, 7. 72. Yes, 72. So the next one is this one. What number is that? 16. Yes. So it's 16. Good, Colby. So then we have fingers slipped. So then we have this number. We have that number. This is fun. Oh my God. Oh, thank you, Go To Finds. Thank you, Colby. Yeah. What number is that? That would be 34. Right. So then what number is this? So these are my activities that I have for the young ones, but apparently I'm going to make some big people one too. What number is that? 88. 88. Yes, thank you. And then we have this one. 79. Beal, are you okay? And then this one. Okay, good. 50. Hi, Emma. Hey, Emma. And then this one is 37. Right? Good. 37. So then we have our next one. So this is about bead recognition. This is about making sure we understand how to read the picture. But the picture mimics the abacus, right? 27. Thank you. Thank you. Hey, hearts, we're looking at my maze. And then we're just practicing. Hello. Yes, thank you, hearts. 87. Yeah. So then what is my final answer? Final answer is Oh, can you see it? There we go. Final answer, 59. Yes, 59. Oops. 59. Yep. There we go. So, I think... There we go. There we go. There we go. That's always a full guess. It was cut off. Yeah. I like your keyboard. Thanks. Thanks. It's a random keyboard. It's one of my kids' keyboards that they didn't like anymore, so I took it. All right. So, but yeah. Oh, I guess I could have done that. That's all right. All right. So, I mean, but that's the thing, right? And then I have another one. What do you think, Alma? Do you like it? So what number is this? Oh, good. I'm happy. Yeah, it was just something like I was like, huh, 48. Thank you, Mr. Clean. And then we have this number. And this is just talking about the double digits. I just started making one with triple digits and 4 digits. 66. Good. And then this one. Hey, Maxon. We're doing some bead recognition. Thank you, Mr. Clean. Oops. Thank you, Colby. What about this one? Is it 2? Oops, 22. Yep, 22. And then this one? $19. Yep, 19. So then we have this one. I think the bead recognition is important for adults too. Okay. I thought it was too elementary. I thought it was elementary. But I guess it's because I've been working with Abacus for so long that I just took it for granted. I think that's what it is. You know? Hey, Beals. Yes, good. 56. And then the next one is... Yeah. Okay. Okay. I'll add it in. So then I have it up to... I mean, these are going to be chunks. I think it trains the brain. This is great practice. Really? Okay. Thank you, guys. Thank you for confirming. I thought this was too like elementary. But I guess it's good to see. Like it's hard to see. So I think I wanted to make sure that the adults will color in the counted beads because I have it here in the instructions. Start at the beginning where it says start here, answer the question and use your answer to color the path. Ooh, I should say color in the beads. So this is 5, so what's the next one? I should say color the beads. This is very fun. Oh, good. Thank you. Yeah, I have a lot of activities in my head only because the kids are old now. The kids are old now. I have time to like do. They might cross out the beads. Yeah, yeah. But I made it hollow so you could choose either one. Good job, Colby. So then we have this one. Yeah, I think it'd be good. Because I think the act of crossing it out or coloring it in is something. Thank you, Mr. Clean. And then this one. Yes, thank you, Beal. And then this one is good. Good. Hey, Tarot. 17. Okay, so then what is this last number? 3. Yes. Fantastic. Yeah. So, I mean, I got that. So this is G. I have 26. I made 26. So there's 21, 19 left. So that's that one. And then I made another one. Let me see if I can find it. Hey, Bree. So we did. Yeah, so I started with, there's this one here. I haven't done it yet. But I have like a bunch of numbers, and then this is going to be the 3 digits all the way to Z. Yeah, I was thinking about to Z. Well, I don't know. I was going to pick and choose. I was going to do like a little, what do you call it? A little bank, so I can have multiple questions, but I'm not sure. I haven't figured that out yet. So I was doing this one, so I haven't done it yet, and then I have the other one. So this is just a little sneak peek of the next set of worksheets. So then this is the 4-digit one, and it'd be the same thing. Here's the beginning and the end, and then trying to figure it out. So that's what I thought. That's what I was thinking. But that's one set. This is one flavor. The other flavor would be, hidden words and stuff. But the thing is I needed help to make sure that these are correct. You know what I mean? Like that the answers are correct. So thank you for the follow, Bree Bree. So yeah, this one right now goes to Z, but I don't know if I'm going to put in 24 of them. It depends. Maybe I do like one book that does bead recognition, just like they do Sudoku, or they do crossword puzzles, just one book, and but then I'll have another book that has a combination of everything. So if they just want to do bead recognition, that's what I was thinking. Thank you for the follow, Colby. That's what I was thinking. Do we want to do another one? Right? So then, you get blocks, right? You get like maybe 4 or 5 pages of this, and then you go to the next concept, right? Go to the next concept. Or if you just want to do all bead recognition, then here's a book. Here's a full-on book of all just bead recognition if you just want to practice. But that was the thought. But again, it takes time. It takes time. I love these mazes. Really? Okay. Because then within the maze, what I did was within the maze, I have it where they do adding and subtracting. So let me see if I can find an example of adding and subtracting. Oh, you know what? I could do it here. Yeah. So the maze actually came from it came from the +5, and then I carried it over to the +10s, and it's still the same thing, right? So the thing is you answer the question, and then you figure out where does it go. So if we did it, when we do it, let's see if I can do it. We'll do it like that, right? So here is 9. And then minus the 6, so I take away the 6, and then I have to plus the 9. Plus the 9 is plus the 10 minus the 1, and then I do it again. Plus the 10 minus the 1. So my answer is 21, and then I find this. This makes me... I'm sorry, I just lost... I like the mazes. I think Sudoku has 9 blocks on... Yeah, they have 9 blocks on each page. This makes me feel smart. Oh, good, Colby. Good. Sudoku. Yeah, I understand. Not Suzuki. But yeah, so then here they would color in the path, and then from here they go to the next question. So it's just, this one takes a lot more time because the questions are specific, right? I can't have doubles, or you go into a wrong thing. But the idea was to go to each of the boxes. And each of the boxes, there's 12. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. So you would touch every box. So that's the same thing with the maze. So I got it to a point where, so like if you look at my maze, I have like a bunch. So this is, we started it, and then this is all the ones I have left that I need to go through to find the answers. So, but it's always a work in progress. But if you guys have any more questions on the abacus, let me know. If not, we could do more of the maze, or we could do, we can continue to workshop out the how to write the formula. But I think I'm going to do this for adults because I think it makes more sense. The reason why is because we have so many variations in our head that I think if we just kind of group it, it makes more sense. So we did this. Yeah, I think that would be the thing. I heard you can multiply in the abyss. Yes, Mr. Clean, we can. We can do it right now. We'll do it right now. Let's multiply. It's actually quite easy. It's just a set of rules that we need to understand. And again, big scary number. Big numbers sound scary for abacus. No, not at all. the only thing is I would have to change it to this one because I don't have enough columns to put my numbers. Well, you know what? We can do it for this one. So the big thing on the abacus is we don't need to memorize our times table to up to 12. We don't need to memorize 12 times table. We just need to know our 9 times table. So we have 9 times 9. We need to know that this is 81. This is it. That's all we need to know. So if we did our next one, right, we could do, we'll do 34 times that by 5. We'll do 5, right? So what's going to happen is we need to find our starting point. Why? We need to find our starting point because we need to know where are we going to put our answer. That's the only reason why we're counting our digits. We need to count 1, 2, 3. Because we counted our digits, we know that we're going to start at the third column. 1, 2, 3. We're going to start at the hundreds. Does that make sense? The only reason why I'm doing that is because I need to figure out where I'm going to put my answer. That's all we're doing. What do I want to do? Where do I want to put my answer? So I want to put my answer in the hundreds column. So I think my answer is going to be somewhere in the hundreds. I think, but I'm not sure. This is an estimation, right? This is just an idea. So what's going to happen is I'm going to rearrange my camera and come on. So when we do multiplication, right, we go from left to right. We don't do the ones first. We do left to right. So the first thing we do is 5 times 3 is equal to 15. Oops, 15, right? 5 times 3 is equal to 15. All I have to do is add my 1 and I add my 5. That's it. I'm going to leave my finger here because that's the last column that I touched. So then what am I going to do is 5 times 4. What is 5 times 4? 5 times 4 is equal to 20. So I add my 2 and I add my 0. Yes, thank you, Mr. Clean and Colby. So what is my answer? Don't forget that there is a 0 here, and this is my answer. So that's what we did for multiplication. Exactly. 170. Yes, exactly. 170. So we have our 100, 100s, the 10s, and the 0. But notice the way I did it, right? We're stripping out the complexity. We stripped out the complexity. What we just did is we just did our multiplication fact. That's all we did is multiplication fact. We just need to know our multiplication fact. So then we can do another one. Let's do 56 times that by 7. Same thing. We have to find our starting point. 1, 2, 3. First thing we're going to do, 1, 2, 3. The first thing we're going to do is 7 times 5. Hey, Jay. 7 times 5. What's 7 times 5? 7 times 5 is 35. Right? So add my 3. 1, 2, 3. And then I add my 5. Thank you. So then what's next? All I got to do is 7 times 6. 7 times 6 is equal to what? 42. 42. So I add my 4. I add my 2. That's it. All I did, because I now know I have beads. I have beads just to add. So this is what we called simple. Just Ken Pie. Hi, Just Ken Pie. The answer is 392. Yes. Yes. What about double digits? Yes. Thank you, Alma. 392. Well, let's do it. You know what? Before we do it, right? Before we do double digits, the first thing we need to understand is what happens when it's a single digit. So what does that mean? If I did 21 times that by 8. Let's do that first. So again, this is 3 digits. So we're going to start here. 1, 2, 3. That didn't work. We'll do like that. No, I will do this and then this. There we go. So again, 1, 2, 3. Question is 8 times 2. 8 times 2 is equal to 16. So I'm going to put my 1. I'm going to put my 6. Now I do 8 times 1. 8 times 1 is equal to 8. 8 is a single digit. So what do? I go back one column and I add the 8. So that's the one thing we need to know. We need to know that if it's a single digit, I go back one column and I add the 8. So if we're okay with that, then we can do double digit. So what's my final answer? What's my final answer? 1, 6, 8. Yes. Yes. Thank you, Bio. Thank you, Colby. Thank you, Mr. Clean. 1, 6, 8. So if we understand this 8, right, we understand how to go back one column. Now we can do the next one, right? The next one is, let's do 18 times 21. 18, no, we'll do 18 times 36. Double digit. Hey. So we do 4. Our place value is 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we go here. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're at the 1,000 columns. The first thing we do again, left to right. Left to right. Make sense? So we do 3 times 1 is equal to 3. 3 is a single digit. I go back one column and I add the 3. 3 times 8 is equal to 24. I add 2, I add 4. Okay, now this is getting a little tricky. Why? Because now we don't have enough beads to add 2. How do we add 2? We know this. Plus the 2 is equal to plus the 5 minus 3. So I plus the 5 and I take away the 3. Yes, thank you, Mr. Clean. So Colby, this is a formula that we need to memorize. So over here I have to add the 4. So this is something that, we kind of jumped ahead. But just so you know, this is a formula that we need to memorize. We need to know that if we want to add a 2 and we do not have enough beads, we have to use a formula. So our next one is, we've already done our 3. So we need to reassess where our reassess where our answer goes. 1, 2, and then 3. 1, 2, 3. So the question is 6 times 1. 6 times 1 is 6. 6 is a single digit. I go back one column and I add the 6. This is another formula that we need to know. Plus the 6, what is the formula for plus 6? Do we have enough to add the 6? No, we don't. What do? We have to use our 10 formula. Plus the 10 minus the 4. We know this. Plus the 10 minus the 4. Thank you. Thank you, Amma. So this is where we add the 6. So the next one is 6 times 8. 6 times 8 is 48. So I add my 4 and I add my 8. What is my final answer? Oh, now it's getting spicy. Yeah. It's only getting spicy because we have to memorize our formulas. There's only 4 sets of formulas that you need to memorize, and this is it. This is all you need to know. But as you know how to use these, then you'll be thing. So the answer is 648. Yes. So the answer is 648. Yes, thank you, Alma. Wow. Yeah. So that's the thing. So we just need to know our formulas. That's what these are. They're little flippy thingies about formulas. And then we can go into it. Do you want to go into that? This is actually really cool. Yes. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah. And the other thing was to try to make it interactive. And so usually the people, who needs calculators when you have this? Well, exactly. But the thing is you do a lot of the calculations in your head. the abacus only tracks your numbers. If you really boil it down, you're actually doing the calculations in your head. We're just practicing it. We're doing, what do you call it? Brain gymnastics. So you do all of this. This is what we do in our heads, but the abacus just tracks our numbers. Yeah, it's simple calculate. Yeah, and so that's the thing. Abacus, the way the abacus is built, it breaks it down into manageable chunks. So even if the number was huge, it still follows the same concept. You just need to do it over again. It just gets bigger. Yeah, it's a simple calculation. If you run into formulas, but it's so easy. Yes. So that's the thing. The reason why the formulas, right? So let's go back a step. So when we do formulas, I want to do 3 plus 4. If you notice, why do we do 3 plus 4? Well, I'll add the 3, and the question is I want to add the 4. How do I add the 4? I don't have any more beads to add the 4. In school, we were teaching children that 4 plus 1 is equal to 5. The reason why we need to know 5 is because they're pairs. The reason why we're using the 5 is because I want to utilize this top bead. This is a 5 bead. So notice we have the 5 bead, and it's just kind of hanging out. It's just kind of hanging out and be like, hey, what's going on? Well, we can actually utilize him. To utilize him, we're going to isolate the variable. We're going to take this and we're going to move this over here. So if I made it into algebra, right, this is algebra. We isolate the variable. This turns into x is equal to 5 minus 1. In multiplication, when we get a single digit, you go back one column. Yes, that is correct, Mr. Clean. So let's do, like, if we look at this, now let's put back our 4. What we just did is we just did a little bit of algebra. Plus the 4 is equal to plus the 5 minus the 1. Let me take it one more step. Let's say 4 is equal to 5. That's not right. How do we do it? Well, how do we balance this equation? To balance the equation, we have to take away the 1. So when we're adding the 4, I want to add the 5, but it's too much. So we need to balance the equation and take away the 1. And that's it. So my answer is 7. The reason why in Abacus we don't memorize our doubles. What we memorize is the formula to use our add-in. We can take it one step further. Let's take it to 2. Why? Well, it goes back to the concept of not memorizing our doubles. So we have 2 plus 4. This is easy, but the concept, we're trying to focus on the concept, right? Of course, I'm going to know that 2 plus 4 is 6. But on the abacus, why does it work? Because when the numbers get bigger, the formulas will scale. So if we have 2, the question is, do I have enough? No. What do? I plus the 5 minus the 1. So I plus the 5 and I take away the 1. And my answer is 6. So again, Abacus simplifies. It strips out all the complexities. So my answer is 6. So is that the formula is specific? Yes. So this 6. This specific formula is very specific to the 4. There is a 3. There's a 3 is equal to 5 minus 2. Why? Because 2 and 5 are pairs. Because we know 3 and 2 is equal to 5. So when we isolate this variable, now we have 2 sets of variables. We have 3 is equal to plus the 5 minus 2, or 2 is equal to plus the 5 minus 3. That's why we have not this. That's why I have this, where we start breaking it out. Again, what we do is we focus in on the add-in. We focus on the add-in. When we focus on the add-in, then we can be very versatile. So we have our questions. And so we have our plus 3. Same thing. If I said 3 and I add another 3. To add another 3, what do? I have to plus the 3 is equal to plus the 5 minus 2. So I go to the cats in the tree. That's why there's cats in a tree. The cats in a tree. There's 5 cats in a tree. There's 5 cats in a tree. I grab 3 cats, and then 2 cats run away. So my answer is 6. And that's what we just did there. So this is a formula. This is called a 5 formula or friends formula or small friends. In the abacus world, it's called friends, I think, or plus 5. We call it plus 5 because we're adding a 5 or we're taking away the 5. And again, if we know how to add the 5, we know how to take away the 5. So that was the thing. So here, we want to do a 4. Well, how do I minus the 4? Well, same thing. But the operators are different, right? Minus the 4 is equal to minus the 5 plus the 1. My question is 8 take away 4. So if I do 8 take away 4, there's not enough beads to take away the 4. Because there's not enough beads to take away the 4, what do? I minus the 5. Sorry, I minus the 5. So I take away the 5 and I add the 1. So then my answer is 4. But see, we don't memorize our doubles because why? Doubles only go forward. Doubles only go addition. What happens if you do double subtraction? It's just 0. It doesn't matter. But in abacus, it matters. If you can add the 4, you can take away the 4. And they are the inverse. I hope that makes sense. Thank you for the rose, Beal. I hope that made sense. So that's the thing. Because we know one way, we can utilize it the other way. But 4 is a little tricky. Why? Because 4 also happens in the plus 10 formula. The plus 10 formula, what does that mean? Well, let's do it. So we have 4, and we add another 4. We know how to add a 4. Adding a 4 is plus the 5 minus the 1. Okay, let's say we want to add another 4. Well, can we do it? Can we add another 5? No, we can't add another 5. What do? We have to use the plus 10. How do you do that? Same thing, but now it's bigger number. It's a different number. How do you make a 10 with a 4? 4 plus 6 is equal to 10. This makes a lot of sense in practice. It is a very visual thing for me, I learned. Yeah, it's very visual. And the questions always relate to, is there enough? So we're back to here, right? Now we're going to isolate the variable. We're going to isolate this variable. What do? We add the 4 is equal to plus the 10 minus 6. Why? Because I don't have any more beads. I want to plus the 8. I want to plus the 4. So what do? Plus the 10 just means I got to go here. Plus the 10, take away the 6. And I take away the 6. Those are the only two formulas that the 4 has. So my answer is now 12. But yeah, it goes back to these are the formulas we need to know. But and if you can visualize where the numbers are, how to read the abacus, then it's easy to figure out which formulas to use. Does that make sense? So, I'm very passionate about this. Yeah, at least it's simple formulas. You know, it is until we have to start, until there has to be two-step equations. And that's another abacus thing. Algebra. A two-step formula happens when we had to do 49 plus 9. Okay, thank you, Bill. Thank you for expanding my brain today. Yes, you're welcome. You're welcome. I'll see you in my next live. But I am going to be, this will be the last one. I'm going to sign off because I do have to get ready for class. Here. So the next one is 49 plus, let's do 4. This is a little bit, why? Because now this is a two-step. We know that plus the 4 is equal to plus the 5 minus 1. So when we look at it, 49, we add the 4. There's not enough beads to add the 4. So what do? Can we add the 5? No, we cannot add the 5. So what's our next thing we have to do? Remember, plus 4 is equal to plus 10 minus 6. We know this. All right, fine. Let's do plus 10. This is where it gets a little sticky. And this is what I was trying to workshop in the beginning of my live. Because what... Oh, hold on. Hold, please. I don't know why my camera is always so... Ugh. Come on. Come on. It gets really dark and it gets really... Ugh, it's so annoying. There we go. All right. Yeah, exposure is exposing. I know, it's so crazy. Okay. So we're back to here. I want to add the 4. There's not enough beads to add the 4. So we need to plus the 10, take away the 6. Plus the 10, take away the 6. Okay. Here is the thing. This is what I was trying to do. So, we're going to take this and we're going to explode it. And we're going to substitute into here. So, it's going to be 4 plus this 10 goes here, plus the 10, and then this is minus the 6 that goes here. Does that make sense? So the 10 goes here, the 6 goes here. Yeah, thank you so much for the likes. You've given me new knowledge. Oh, good. I'm so happy. I'm so happy. Yes, thank you so much. I appreciate it. I'm so surprised how many likes there are. But does this make sense? Maybe I need to have like the arrows. What are we doing? Well, I want to add the 1. I can't add the 1. So what do? I have to plus the 10. Hello, Becky. Thank you for liking the live. So I have to plus the 10 and then minus the 6. No arrows. Okay. Yeah, this is something like I'm trying to workshop this one out. Because what do? We have to plus the 10 here. We have to plus the 1 here. So does that plus 10 make a 4 and a 5? Yes. But how do we do it? This needs to go plus the 1 is equal to plus the 5 minus 4. This is a formula, right? We know this formula. It was part of the 4 plus 1 is equal to 5. So we have to plus the 5, take away the 4, and then take away the 6. Yeah, I think this one was kind of cool because what we did is I made it instead of horizontal, I made it vertical. So maybe what I need to do is write plus the 10 minus the 6. Maybe I have to start like that. And then line it up. Yeah. Yeah. Hi, Lisa. Grania4. Yeah, I think I have to start it this way. Vertical makes more sense in my brain than horizontal. Yeah, well, yeah. Vertical because we learn vertical. Vertical makes sense because the abacus is vertical. Yeah, that makes sense. So maybe I keep it this way. See, and this is, funny. In the abacus world, this is how we learned it. We learned it this way. But I couldn't translate this information to what we're doing. So this is now my spin-off is maybe I just start doing it this way. So it would be plus 4 is equal to plus 10 minus 6. I would have to maybe do something like, plus the 10 minus 6. It would have to be something like that. Right? So if I did plus 4 is equal to plus the 5 minus 1. I'd have to do something like that and make sure it's, connected. Make sure it's connected. They are a pair. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, that was one of the things. So then, yeah, it was, yeah, okay. So maybe I start doing it that way. But I have to have that equal sign. The reason why, the other reason why is because algebra does it this way, right? Algebra does it horizontal. So we're trying to mimic algebra. But maybe we stay with arithmetic. Maybe we stay with addition. So we do plus 3 is equal to plus the 5 minus 2, like that. Put the 4 in the middle, if that makes sense. You think so? Like on top? Oops. Put the 4 in the middle, if that makes sense. No. Okay, so it'd be like this, plus 4. But that's hard to read. How long have you been teaching abacus? I've been teaching abacus for more than 20 years. No. Oh. So it'd be plus 4 is equal to plus the 5 minus 1, like that. It's hard. I'd have to like figure out how to label that. I'd have to figure out how to format that. So I would have to do plus the 5 minus the 1 and then do this plus 4. I'd have to do that. Yeah. I like that. Yeah. Yeah, Mr. Clean. I've been teaching abacus for more than 20 years, but I only just started to bring it to mainstream. I just started on a mission to popularize abacus. And this is what it is. That looks aesthetically pleasing. Yes, thank you. Okay, good. So I think that's what I'm going to do. But I got to start formatting it better then. But that's what it is. That's what I would do. That's what I would do. Yeah. Thank you, Alma. Thank you. It's interesting, like making the epiphanies on trying to make it more mainstream. That's the thing, is like, how do I make abacus more mainstream? I know a bunch of people have bought the abacus. I'm sure there's a little bit of a, if I ever had abacus stock, I would have been doing pretty good. But but that's okay. It's fine. It's just one of those things, like I need to figure out how to abacify. Making this public friendly is going to be fun. Yeah, that's the thing. Like that's the thing, right? Public friendly. I'm going to take that. I'm going to take that. Because why? Because if you look at the abacus videos that's out there, that's not mine, they're all very intimidating. They talk like they're in a different, not because of their accents, but the way they talk, the vocabulary that they use is very much the abacus world. Like in the abacus world, we say that this is friends. And it's like nobody knows what friends is, but they know what making of a 5 is, right? You know when you make a 10, because that's what we teach in school. And so when we teach in school, how do you make a 10? This is what we're doing. We're making a 10. This is how you make a 10. Now, how do we utilize it? How do we substitute? How do we isolate? Those are all algebraic terminologies that's never used in abacus. And that's the thing. And so that's what I'm trying to do, is I'm trying to popularize public friendly abacus. Make it, because I don't need to have everybody to go into abacus competitions. I just want people to understand and be aware what abacus is. And so it was really hard to just stay, just what I was doing. I've been doing this for 20 years, and they teach it as, they teach it as people who know how to use the abacus. Yeah. And if you don't get it, you'll get lost fast. Yeah, exactly. And also, they teach it like you're just going to memorize. I don't like memorizing. I hate memorizing. I want to know why. I want to know why I'm doing it and why it's good. I think using the algebraic term is a good idea. Yeah, the algebraic term, and also understanding why. I know in the videos they don't explain. Well, I have to plus, if I do 4, I'm going to plus 4. I do plus 5 minus the 1. I don't know why. They just tell me. So that's the other thing is like, I'm telling you, why do you need to do it? I'm giving you a foundation why we do it. How did it come about? When we have no more beads, you need to, so you have a conversation with your question. When I was talking about division, we have conversations with our questions. When you have conversations, then you expand your brain a little bit, and then you can start thinking critically. Think, how else am I going to do it? I don't need to worry about more. I don't need to worry about more strategies. What I need to figure out is, how do I group it? So there's this one lady, like she was just here saying, well, why don't we make a 10 and then take away the, it's like, you could do it. That's not a problem. I'm not stopping you. It's just another way of doing it. And it's good because she has a good way of number sense. But then there's the abacus way as well. That's perfectly fine. But in the abacus world, we don't connect making a 30 that way. So, yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I just gotta, I'm still trying to play around with it, but I'm gonna try to make it more public friendly abacus. That's a good one. I'm gonna start naming it. This is epic. Colby, that's funny. Thank you. I appreciate that. There was a, and funny, like there's a few people, they, the biggest thing is making sure that you're open to it for new interpretation. If you're not open to it, then it doesn't help. Then there'll always be a standstill. I feel like using algebraic terms and having it vertical is familiar and easier to understand. Yes, I think so too. I think so too. You can make it public friendly. My country, yeah, public friendly abacus. Yes, thank you, Beal. Yes, I think. Yeah, talking about in algebraic terms and making it vertical, I think it will is another step forward to getting it to be more familiar. But see, the thing is in algebra we do it horizontal, which is interesting. Yeah, we do it horizontal. So I think abacus would be the middle person, the middle thing that connects everything for between, adding and subtracting to algebra. So maybe because I call it as abacus is the gateway to complex math. But like in algebra, right? We do x plus 1 is equal to 5. We don't do x plus 1 equals to 5. We don't do that. That's the interesting part, right? We don't do this. Maybe it would make more sense if we made algebra vertical. I'm not an algebra teacher, just so you know. But maybe that makes more sense, right? Then we know that we need to take away. I don't know. Now I'm just kind of looking at it. -1. I don't know. I don't know. Anyways. Okay. That is about me. If anybody else has any more questions or any more epiphanies or any more, hey JP, welcome. Did you want to sign up as long as I don't have to do proofs to write? Yeah, yeah. I don't know how to do proofs. I don't know what Abby. I don't know what math that is. I think that's calculus. Doing proofs. Yeah, I don't know. All right, so maybe I'll have to switch this around. Okay, so if there's any more questions, I know JP came in. I don't know if there was any questions. Any other questions? Whoever made proofs needs to needs to not very much. they whoever made proofs maybe needed friends. Their imaginary friend. Okay, so I'm gonna update this. So I gotta update this to make it more vertical. So my little flippy thing will make it vertical. Yeah, okay. So I just update. So I'm not going to update. I'm going to add it to it. I'm going to add to it. So, yeah. So that would be good. Okay, cool. So I'm expanding a little bit more. I love the little flippy thing. Oh, thank you. Thank you. It actually started with my kid. I have 3 boys, and they all took abacus, and my second one was having a little bit of problem, and so I actually made this out of scrap packaging paper, packaging, and he really liked it. He thought he was cheating, and that's why it's like colorful. But then when I showed it, this one specifically is about more than 13 years old. And I showed it and somebody mentioned it. I was like, huh. So then I was like, how do I make it into a printable? I'll do that. Oh yeah. So I made it into a printable, and then this is my printable with my son. Yeah. Yeah, I make a lot of random things out of scrap stuff because I don't like to waste. And the papers are kind of nice and like cardboard stuff. So yeah. Yeah. There's other things. I had some other things. Like instead of buying index cards, I actually make them out of. He doesn't speak English. Oh, interesting. I made it out of index cards. The flippy thing is also fun. Yeah, yeah. The flippy thing is fun, and it's also another version of index card. It's another version of flashcards. The flippy thing is also fun. Yeah. I also do index cards for one of my kids because they have to memorize words. So what I do is I have the word in one book, one card, and then I have a definition on another card. You don't have to speak English to understand Abacus. I will teach him with your books. Oh, fantastic! Let me know if you have any questions. How how old is your son, if I can ask? I don't know if yeah. Yeah, no, that's fantastic. That's fantastic. Yeah. He's 7. Oh, so you might want to do the Christmas one. I I think I talked to you about this. I don't remember. The Christmas one will push you through, and you don't need to worry about the relationship. So this is it talks about like adding and subtracting. Yes, I remember I talked to you about this. I believe I talked to you about this. And then this was the thing. In the word of the wise of Mean Girls, numbers are the same in every language. Yeah. Yeah. Numbers are the same in every language. But also numbers are symbolic. And so, okay, good. I remember. I remember. As going through things are starting to mesh together. Okay, so yeah, you know what, Taro, if you have any other questions or if there's any problems with my workbooks, let me know and I can explain it. And then yeah, let me know and I can explain it. Yeah. Yeah, the flippy thingy, and then oh, that's what this is. I make the cards for my son, and so I have the words in one card and I have the definition on the other card. The reason why is because I don't want him to flip. What I want him to do is I want him to match. So it's like a matching game. So we would do a matching game, and I'll be like, okay, well, what is this and what is that? So that actually helps him think a little bit more than just be like flipping it. So that's the other thing. So if you want to, have it separated, then they can have to do things together, right? They have to match like a puzzle. They have to match it together. So if you're ever, I don't know, Colby, if you're going into school and stuff, I would not do the flashcard this way. I would do 2 separate flashcards, if that makes sense. But I feel like that really helped him, really pushed him to understand what those words are and what those meanings are. Ask him like next week after his test, he doesn't remember, but at least there's that action of him trying to see the word and then see the definition and then matching it together. Yeah. So that's a little bit, and that was the thing is like, I remember we did the flashing like this, but it was very passive. And I'm like, well, how do we make it more active? And so I think that's the one thing is we use some we use study aids, but sometimes it's a little bit passive, and so it just kind of goes through us, and we don't like really retain it. So, but I think if you made it that way, and then you can play memory with it, then you could play a game with it. We have a bunch of like all these cards. If you have ADHD, I'm sorry. If you have ADHD, when you turn it, it's out of sight, out of mind. Yeah, I could see that. So yeah, like, so what I did is, yeah, I could see that and then you would have to match it, and then you could see both of it at the same time. Yeah. So, yeah, I could see that. I don't think I have ADHD, but I do know that I don't like the flipping cards, but I do like the matching of the cards. All right. Okay. If there's any other questions, I'm going to head off. I'm going to go get ready for class. I believe I have class. Matching is a lot better. Yeah. And then you could play memory. You match up all of your cards and you play memory with yourself. Yeah, I did that with a bunch of them. So my kid, one of my kid was doing labeling of plant, like labeling plant things, and it was the same thing. I would have to. I made him do it, right. I made him write it out, and I made him write out the definition, and then we had to like, and then the cells, right? Like, what's a mitochondria? What is an amoeba? All that stuff. So I made him into a all like a memory game, and that's what we did, and it made him kind of happy to do something that he's learning, and so I think that's like, and I think that's why I have like my mazes and stuff, because I wanted to make it more interactive. Okay. Again, so if there's no other questions, thank you guys for joining. I want to learn everything about everything, and I'm getting learning tips. Yeah, not a problem, Mr. Clean. Thank you for joining me and workshopping this out. Thank you, Alma, for this, and Beal as well. Thank you for commenting on how it makes it look better. Right, this is a lot easier. So I'm gonna update my little flippy thingy and make it more horizontal. Yes, have a good class. Thank you. I'll see you in my next live. Yes, I will see you. I hope to see you in my next live too. It's always a warm feeling when people come back and be like, yes, we can talk about other things. Seeing the words definition together makes it easier and retaining than just flipping. Yes, right? Which is interesting. I didn't see that. Bye for now. Sometimes the comments get filtered. Yes. Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you everybody for commenting and being a part of my live. I will see you guys all in my next live. Bye.